Hello. I know it has been a very, very long time since you guys have seen me, and it's been a very long time since I have gone live this time of day. I don't think I've done it since February, which was the first time that I went live this early. Hey, Orlando, how are you doing? So, I don't really have a specific agenda for this video. It's just been a very, very, very long time. And I just wanted to update you guys on what's been going on. And I would have been here at 12, but my hair was not cooperating with me. I was still supposed to have it out in the fro, but the right side didn't want to cooperate. So, just had to flat twist that down, had like a little side thing going on. Awesome. Awesome. It's great. So he's saying that he's back in his podcasting. And I have seen those uploads, so I'm definitely going to go check those out. Because I see it's a new format. Yeah. So just to give you guys an idea of why I have been gone so long. So August was my birthday month. So I already knew that I was going to be gone. I wasn't going to be posting much during the month of August. And I think like the last Wednesday of the month, I posted that I would be back the following Wednesday, which would be the beginning of September. However, that Sunday is when Hurricane Ida came and I had to be gone again. Awesome. Yeah, rebranding is really good because that's been something that I've been considering. Before I was going to just redo everything, but I was like, no, I can just tweak what I have. And that's what I've been working on behind the scenes too, like just getting things ready for when I'm ready to introduce it. So I haven't just been sitting here, idly wasting time like I have been doing a lot of work behind the scenes. We have someone else who joined. So yeah, going back to the hurricane, like that was very unexpected. And even when I was talking to my clients, it's like, look, let's just reschedule for next week because I'm thinking it's only going to be a few days that we're going to be without power. It's like, oh, I won't be gone long. And we were without electricity for 2 weeks and without cable and internet for 5. So just imagine, what it was like business wise. Now, of course, for me personally, and my family tells me this all the time, I have excellent survival skills. So I was not worried about the conditions, because I can adapt. But as far as getting things done business wise, like the projects that I was working on from the month of August that ran over into September, I had to finish by using a generator to power my computer, using my phone as a hotspot, but we got it done. But after that, I said, look, I'm not going to stress about it. I'm just going to take my time and ease back into it. So at the beginning of October, that's when I started slowly letting people know, like, okay, I'm back. And even though I still haven't been as open to accepting a lot of projects, it's like I'm still accepting them, but it's like I'm not going to overwhelm myself. Like, I still appreciate like the stillness of everything because of course during that time you're not making as much money, but I appreciate just having my time to myself. Oh wow, yeah, it was very crazy. It was a very crazy experience, and it was one of those things like I just never could have imagined because having lived through Katrina, you think like, oh, if we made it through that, oh, nothing's going to be worse than that. But Hurricane Ida showed us, like, yeah, here's something that's worse. And the crazy thing about us, like, we didn't really get a lot of storm damage during Hurricane Katrina. We had a few shingles off of the roof, maybe some limbs in the yard, that was it. But this time, 4 trees fell in our backyard. And they actually fell, like, it's so crazy how they fell. It's one that's on top of the house, but it's like someone laid it there. Like, it was carefully placed there. And even with the other trees that fell, it's like they got right up to the doors and the windows and they stopped. They did not penetrate the house. So even still, like there was minimal damage once we started getting things cut down. Still minimal damage to the house. And it's like that is just amazing. And my mama was like, well, somebody's praying in this house. Cause it really looked like a scene from Jumanji when you open up the back doors. It was very crazy. I had never experienced anything like that in my life. But I'm grateful, that it wasn't any worse. Because some people, they did lose a lot. Some people lost everything. People are still displaced. Yeah, it was very crazy. very, so, but having lived through that, like it really got me back to what was most important because even though I had gotten used to having time for myself, taking a specific day off, I still would give most of my day to work. And when I didn't have that to do, it was like, oh, this is great. Like having all this downtime. And even though I was reading things that were self help and things that were related to business and increasing my skills before the storm, after I was like, I'm gonna just do what I really want to do and like just read things that really were just satisfying to my soul. Like I absolutely love autobiographies and memoirs, and that's what I read. Mariah Carey's memoir, the autobiography of Malcolm X. Like I'm almost done with those, and I also journaled a lot. My sister has a journal. It's called Journaling Through It. I'm going to show it to you guys. So shameless plug. So here's her journal, Journaling Through It. All right, see you later. Thanks. So, just to give you an idea of what's inside, there are blank pages, but they have Bible scriptures at the bottom of every other page. And I'm not going to show you guys what I was writing, that's my business. But it came at the right time. Like, I got this journal like the week before the storm, and it was perfect timing. So, if you wanted to get your own, make sure that you type in Journaling Through It, Lawanda Love on Amazon, and you can find it. And also, I was reading my friend's poetry book. It's called Indigo Blues. And if you guys want a copy, just send me a DM and I can get the link to you guys. And it was so amazing. It's like when you know people, when you read something that they created, it's like you feel as if now I'm in your mind. It's like now I really know how you think. Like even though you've told me certain things, it's like I can see another part of you like when I'm able to see your work. So it was very interesting being able to journal in my sister's journal and read my friend's book. Like that was very, very special to me. And if I had to say if anything was a highlight during that time, it definitely was being able to experience that. And I can only hope that I give people that same experience. And speaking of creating during the storm, I also worked on creating some more digital products. And I will admit, some of them were supposed to go up before the storm. But, I was falling into, like, how you get into not really like a rut, but it's more so like, I'm just over all of this. Like, I'm tired of posting, creating, doing work for clients. It's like you just get to a point where like you're just tired. So I didn't rush myself to do it. But during the time that I had off during the storm, I made sure like, look, you have to get this up. So if you guys have not checked out the latest things that I've added to Gumroad, be sure to go to the link in my bio and see everything that I've added. And I've added 2 bundle deals. So if you want to boss your book or if you want to boss your career goals, I have a special bundle for you and they're up to half off. Like it's a really, really, really good deal. So you're really going to save your coins, as opposed to getting things individually. I put everything together for you. And if you're not ready to spend a lot of money, you can check out my $1, $2, and $3 products. And most of the ones that I added are career focused. So be sure to check that out. And I announced the other day that I'm working on my final ebook for the year. So a lot of people were saying that they wanted to learn how to start and run an online business, start an LLC. So I was like, look, I guess I've been doing this long enough, to know what I'm talking about. And especially with my experience, I didn't go into it knowing that I was going to start a business. So I can tell you from my mistakes what to do, what not to do. So I hope that you guys enjoy that. And my goal is to get that to you by the end of the year. So before January, I really do hope to get that to you so you can start planning in November and December, so you won't go into 2022 at the top of the year thinking like, oh no, what am I going to do? You're going to know before the new year hits. And that was something that I did this previous new year. I started planning things out in 2020. That way 2021 came and I could just hit go. And it's been so much easier doing things that way instead of just trying to figure things out as I go. And even during my time off, like I still was planning for 2022. Like, okay, let's figure this out. And one of the things that is going to happen in 2022, I'm going to release my own book. So it's going to be an inspirational self help book. And of course, I've been teasing it a while and it was supposed to come out during the fall, but I am not interrupting God's plan because He knows that it was a whole lot more for me to learn before I put this book out. And He wants to make sure that I was in a better place before I put it out. And when I tell y'all, like, the stuff that is being added into it now, it's like, okay, I see. I see you, God. I see why I have to wait. I see why I can come out. Because I'm not going to lie to you all. Sometimes, and it's not that you do it intentionally, but sometimes you do believe, like, oh, this is the best. Like, oh, people are going to love this, right? And you say that from a place of thinking that you've experienced everything that you need to experience. You think that there's nothing else that you need to figure out. You think that I'm in a good place and oh, I can just empower other people from my healed place. But I realized like I was healing, but there's still not the ED on there. I'm not healed. And once I realized that, it's like things just started to open up. And I even have gone in and taken some things out and put some things in, because I've had a lot of revelations, and especially, during this time off from the storm. And I've also been writing again, because I had been announced, if you guys follow me on YouTube, I had announced when I launched the Confessions of a Good Girl channel, I was going to have a blog. That blog is still coming, okay? And I have been writing blog posts for that because my goal is to get to 10. And it's amazing when you look back. Like when I look back to 2018, like when I first started writing things for the blog. So this tells you how long I've been wanting to do this. And I was like, wow, like I didn't know that I could think that clearly at that time because it just seemed like everything around me was just dark and gloomy. And it's like, wait, I could think this clearly. And even when I go back to 2009, like that was a very trying year for me. And when I look back on notes that I posted on Facebook, I'm like, wow, like I didn't know that I was able to think that clearly during that time, and that's why I just took advantage of this downtime from the storm and just go with it. And it's like when I look back on what I've written, it's like I'll be like, wow, like I did not know. And to me, that's just a testament that things are not as bad as they may seem. And oftentimes, it is our perspective that changes that. And I've gotten to a new level of acceptance, more so with myself. And coming to that new level of acceptance, I've been able to accept other people. And before, it did not seem like that was even possible. And you know how it seems like it's everything and everybody else in the world that's a problem, but not you. But when you start operating from the inside out, it's like, wow, like when I show up differently, everything and everyone else is going to show up differently. So that is just the space that I've been in, and I am loving this space, and I'm appreciative of this space because I'm going to be completely honest. Like, I love being off the grid. Like, it does not take much for me to disconnect, to not really talk to people. And I really enjoyed that. Even though, of course, the people close to me was like, Erica, are you okay? It's like, I'm perfectly fine. Perfectly fine. But it's just one of those things. It's like, I just like having that time with myself. And I'm going to tell you guys what I did. So even though I wasn't too concerned about the conditions during the storm, dealing with other people is what was kind of difficult. I'm not gonna lie. So what I would do to just have that time to myself, I made a little pallet on the floor, put my pillow down there, and I would take naps there. I would read there. I would write there. Sometimes I would just sit there and just think. And I still have it there. And I still talk on the phone there, still sit there and read and write like it's grounding. And I didn't realize what that was when I was doing it, but in seeing a lot of posts and people talking about it, it's like it's a grounding technique. It's something that allows me to come back to myself, to center myself, and I absolutely love it. So that's why I'm able to show up refreshed and ready to go. And I honestly, honestly, honestly am grateful for that time. It was hard. It was very difficult, but I am so grateful for that time, because I'm excited for what's going to come with everything that was birthed during that time. And every time I take extended breaks, it's like I just think so much clearer. And I have so many things that I have outlined and brainstormed. And if you are signed up for my mailing list, which if you are not, hit the link in the bio and sign up. So my mailing list fam already knows that I have a new service coming up. So I'm probably going to announce that probably next week. And I also have some other things that even they do not know about. Things that I was working on in August to do in September, which clearly I could not do. But again, I am not going to question God's timing. I probably was not ready at that time, but I feel that now it's like, okay, we can go, and I appreciate the reset so that when I do hit go, I can just keep going. So I'm super duper excited. And I hope that you guys have been doing well. I have not forgotten about you. And Let It Go Wednesdays will still be coming back. And I'm thinking about switching up the schedule. So I'm going to keep Let It Go Wednesdays on Wednesdays. But over on at Masterpieces Writing, which if you are not following, please follow, I am going to do Pick My Brain Thursdays. That way you can catch me here for Let It Go Wednesdays and catch me on at Masterpieces Writing for Pick My Brain Thursdays. I'm going to do 2 weeks on, 1 week off, and do it that way. And of course, I'm not exactly sure when I'm going to start because you do have the holiday season coming up, and that kind of interrupts, the schedule. But I'll figure it out. And even with that, like I'm not going to be a stickler for a certain plan, because I had just announced new topics that I was going to discuss. It was going to be I'm Not Your Superwoman for Let It Go Wednesday and how to unlock the story inside of you for Pick My Brain. But I'm still going to talk about those things. But I have a whole lot more to say now. So that's why I said it's like I'm not complaining about things being pushed back because I know that it's a reason why they had to be pushed back. So I cannot wait for you guys to see what I have planned. And let me see what time it is because I didn't want to stay on here too long. Thank you. So, as someone who mentioned that it's their first time listening to me, they're going to check out my services. Please do. Please do. And when you sign up for my mailing list, you can get a discount code so you can save some coins. So, make sure that you do that. And I'm so glad. So, all right, y'all. So, this was something I was supposed to mention, but I forgot. So, I'm so glad that this person commented. So, tomorrow, I am going to have a Super Saturday sale on my digital products and on all the services that are available on my website. And all you have to do is enter Super Saturday at checkout. And even though you won't be able to use the discount code on the website until midnight, you can use it now on Gumroad. So if you go to Gumroad, you can save $10 off of my digital products. Awesome, awesome. I look forward to hearing from you. And there's a lot of things to check out. So if you're interested in learning how to write and publish your book, if you need extra insight on running your business, getting it started, or if you need help with jump starting a new career or just switching gears in the one that you're in, it's a lot of resources there for you to check out on Gumroad. Or if you just wanted to talk to me, you could schedule a one-on-one session if you hit book with us in the link in bio. Or if you just wanted something, that would be quick and easy to do, you can go to the website and you can get a critique of your resume. You can get a new resume. So there's a lot of things there for you to check out, and I'm going to continue to add things to it. So that makes me really excited, especially when I reach new people, because that's the goal with any business. Like, you just want to keep growing, want to keep elevating, want to keep expanding. You just want to keep growing and just reaching more people. And especially when you're in a service based business, you want to service people. So I don't want to get, the big head and be like, I'm all knowing and you need to come to me. I don't ever want to come to you guys like that. I really want to serve you. Like, I really want to offer you a service, and I don't want to do you a disservice, because sometimes people can allow ego to get in the way. And when you allow that ego to get in the way, you miss an opportunity to really reach a person, which is why in the products that I create, I put a little bit of my personal story in there so you can relate to me, so that you can be touched by the things that I say. And that's my prayer. Like, whenever I talk to people, whenever I'm communicating with people online, like, that's all I want. Like, even if you don't decide to work with me, I still hope that your interaction with me blesses you with something, that it helps you see things differently, that it puts a spark in your brain. Because honestly, I would not be here right now had it not been for a conversation I had with my cousin. And it's not even anything in particular that she said. Like she was just repeating something that she heard, and it just inspired me. So that's all I hope to do, you know, just inspire people, encourage people, empower people, and to allow people to see that anything that you can envision, that you can dream of, that you can think of, like it is possible. So we have someone else who joined. I think it's Jordan. Hey, Jordan. If not, hey, anyway. Yeah, so basically, I've just been updating everyone on where I've been because I had taken the month of August off, and September was taken off involuntarily due to the Hurricane Ida. How are you doing? Yeah, but I was just talking to someone about the services that I have, available products that I have, and just giving a life update. Nothing in particular. But going back to my live schedule, I don't know exactly when they will start again, but I will definitely let you know before I go live. I am doing really well, really well. I was just telling everyone about like I love being in this place to where I'm in a place of acceptance. Like I'm really at peace with a lot of things. And even though I was on my way there, I think the storm helped like really take me there. So it was truly a blessing in disguise. Yeah, and that's one thing that I just hope that people are able to see, even in the small things, things that may not even seem like that big of a deal. Like there's still a purpose in it. There's still a reason for it all, and there's still something for you to figure out. Just like I mentioned, with me thinking that my book would have came out this year, it's like nah, you need to use this year to finish figuring out some things. Then you can tell people like, okay, this is what you should do because I really do want it to be something that inspires other people to really heal. And it's a lot of us that haven't. And we walk around thinking that we are in a good space and we're not, we're mad at the world, like we're overly defensive. And every single thing we do is like we feel as if like there's so much tied to it. And if we don't get it right, then we failed in some kind of way when we're not supposed to know everything. That's the point of living. If we knew everything, what would there be to figure out? Like, what would be the point of us getting up every day? It's like every single day is a chance for us to just figure it out. And that's where I am. Because I am recovering from perfectionism because it was controlling my life at one point, which is the reason why my YouTube channel is called Confessions of a Good Girl. Because when you get trapped in those titles, you feel as if you have to fit in that box, and it's hard trying to break out of it, especially when the people around you keep you in that box. So whether it's your friends, it's your parents, it's other family members, whether it's people that you went to school with, whether it's teachers, like it was a lot of people who were keeping me in that box. And as I got older, it was me allowing them to keep me there. Even when these people were not around me, I still could remember the things that they said, and their thoughts became my thoughts. And I really have had to work really, really, really hard to just be okay with me, to really fully love me. And that was really one thing that was a very harsh reality, realizing like I really didn't love me. And it was one of those things to where I fed off of people's validation because that's what I was brought up to think. When you're a people pleaser, you feel like, okay, you get your self-worth from pleasing other people. But now I'm learning to just feel myself and give what's left over, you know? And it leaves me in a much better space. And I realize people that I thought I had issues with, I really don't. And it's because like I just fully accept them as they are and just hope that they fully accept me as I am. So yeah, I honestly cannot wait for you guys to read it. I am very proud of it for the simple fact that I can see my growth because this has been years in the making. And the only thing that I need help with y'all accountability is making me do a photo shoot. Because things like that, I just see like, oh, it's just extra. Like, I don't feel like that because I'm not the person who gets glammed up all the time. So, because if I could just show up like this, it's like, all right, I would do it. But it's like, no, I have to actually get glammed up. I already had the clothes picked out, But I just have to find a photographer. I already know who I want to do my makeup, but it's just the idea of having to do it. But I want the cover to be a cartoon image of me, but I want my real image on the back cover. So, and I also want to put those photos on the website and everything. So I need y'all accountability. Like check in with me because I want it to come out like in the first quarter of 2022. So y'all have to check in with me next month, definitely in December. Like Erica, did you schedule that photo shoot? Because you need to get that done. Yeah, so help me out with that. And it's a lot of other things that I will continue to tease as they get closer to the finish line. But please be on the lookout for big announcements. And like I mentioned before, I'm having a Super Saturday sale tomorrow on my website and on my Gumroad website. So if you use the code Super Saturday, you can save $10. So save those coins and make sure that you use that. And you can use it now on Gumroad, but you have to wait till midnight to use it on the website. So be sure to click the link in bio and check that out. So, all right. So, did anyone have any questions? Because if not, I'm just going to go ahead and get off of here and get my Friday started. Because I know you're probably like, it's noon. What do you mean get your Friday started? Like, no. Because I do a lot of things in the morning that's kind of like preliminary work. Like I don't consider that work. And even though like I don't have any work to do, whenever it's things that, I see as a chore, it's like, okay. Then that's work too. So I'm not doing any client work today, but I do want to cook and I want to get that out of the way so that I can have the evening to myself. And the biggest thing with cooking with me is the prep work. If I could get someone else to do the prep work, I would not mind cooking. But when you actually have to wash things, clean things, season things, it's like, ugh. But, I am so happy once the plate is in front of me and I can eat. Like, it gives me so much joy to do that. And I want you guys to take this weekend and do something very special for yourselves. Last week I sent an email to my mailing list and I was telling them make sure that like you do something that is for you. If you need to take a break, take a break. Like don't allow yourself to get worn down because that's when you get to a point to where nothing feels right to you and you struggle with being happy and you struggle to find where you fit. But if you take the time to incorporate those little things that make you happy, something that gives you joy, like even if it's the most simple thing, even if all you have time to do is just sit down and do nothing. Sit down and do nothing. I am a huge advocate for that. If you need to turn off the phone, turn off the phone. If you need to turn TVs off, turn that off. If you need to disconnect fully, make sure you disconnect. But make sure that you are keeping yourself together, making sure that you are the best version of you possible. Because, of course, we're still all works in progress, which is why I say the best you possible, because we're all working on getting there. So make sure that you take a little time for yourself this weekend. Make sure you do something that makes you happy, something that makes you smile. And if it's possible for you to do that for someone else, please do. Because you never know, like, what a text or a phone call could do for somebody, to uplift someone's spirit. So make sure that you guys do that. So, like I said, I'm going to go ahead and go, but it was fun catching up with everyone. And I might consider doing videos earlier. I figured it's around lunchtime. People should have a little break from work, or if they're just, taking a break at home, because some of us are still working from home. I just wanted to check in with you guys to see how you're doing. But most of the time, my videos will be in the evenings, but because it's been a while, just wanted to pop in and say hi. I hope you guys are doing well. And as always, make sure you're following me everywhere. Make sure that you check out the link in bio, see if you find something that you like. And again, if you use code Super Saturday at midnight on my website and starting now on Gumroad, you can save $10 on either a service or digital product. So I hope that you guys enjoy that, and I look forward to hearing from you guys. I look forward to seeing you guys soon. So I hope that you have a wonderful Friday and an even better weekend. So I'll talk to you guys soon. Bye.